So today we're talking about the Cancer Capricorn axis. Now this is one I also understand very well because I have my ascendant in Capricorn, which is about being out in the world, which is about career, being, out in the public space, and my descendant in Cancer, which is very much about the home, the family, that private emotional space, which is quite different. So the Cancer Capricorn axis, it's highlights where you came from, which is Cancer, your home, your family, your early childhood, how you're mothered, etc., as well, and your life purpose. And also, planets in Capricorn show us what is that life purpose, how we take that out into the world, how do we do that, how are we independent, commanding, focused on our goals, etc., creating a career, or even just being out in the public space. It doesn't have to be a career, it could be out doing all sorts of things, and how we do that in a mature and responsible way, and remembering how to open up and support and comfort us as well. So Cancer is water sign, all about feeling, and it's the crab. So Cancer can be very, very sensitive in lots of ways. It's also ruled by the moon, so it has quite deep emotions, can sometimes feel like it needs to go back into itself because it is the crab, and it's really and truly starting to find itself emotionally because it has that connection to the moon. And the mother sometimes sits in Cancer as well, it can do, or the parent that actually nurtured you the most, whether it be mother or father, or another parent or another family member that sits in that area. So its main aim is to find emotional security, which is really, really important. And it really much rules the heart as such. Cancer wants to maintain itself by nurturing and protecting itself. It's very, very good with children and animals. Feelings are really important to Cancer and run very, very deep. And it needs to belong, needs to feel connected emotionally to what's going on around it. So very sensitive, caring, wants to create a supportive home environment, but also can be a bit moody and oversensitive as well, and maybe a bit insecure at times. So the Cancer Capricorn axis is really about understanding who you are internally, that's Cancer, what you need and what gives you foundation, and tunes into who you are and what you're feeling within you, so you can take and nurture yourself, and self-honor those needs as well. Again, Cancer allows you to then go out into the world, because once you have, in Cancer, that solid foundation, that solid sense of self, that solid sense of knowing who you are and feeling safe and secure within yourself emotionally, because it is very emotional, then you can actually move into the world and actually start to master and achieve things as well, and do things on a bigger scale and have bigger goals as well. And so Capricorn will move us into that space of career, and knowing who you are and actually building on that in terms of your strength. So Cancer energy is very much also about how you were cared for. As I said, it can be connected to the parent or the person who actually cared for you, and what you need emotionally, in order to make yourself feel really secure as well, and how you feel honoured and heard emotionally as well. That's really, really important as well. And what you need on a daily basis, and how you need to take care of yourself as well. And also how you honour that, and how you really and truly take care of that internal part of yourself, so that you're not pushing away anything that's not important as well. And it really wants you to actually bring forward those feelings and those emotional experiences that you need to do so to really move yourself forward. Now, Capricorn's always about a vision. It's about mastering. It's about achieving things. So it's looking here at the long term as well. Whereas Cancer is very much about the day to day. Capricorn's all about mastering. So it's about building things. So Capricorn's a builder. It shows up for you in terms of what you want to master, what your goals are, what you want to achieve as well, and how you want to master yourself, and how you mature as such, and what experiences you have that make you mature. It's basically Capricorn's slow and steady, keeps moving forward, basically gets the job done, but it does so by keeping on task and keeping focus, which is really, really important. And one of the things as well about Cancer Capricorn is, whilst Cancer can be something that really is quite needy on a sense, Capricorn can be quite independent and can actually do a lot of things on its own, and that energy is about us then finding that within ourselves. So always that balance between coming home to ourselves and needing other people, and needing to be secure within ourselves, and sometimes other people make us secure, but not necessarily. But then actually being really confident in being in the world without needing a lot of other people to help us feel that, which is really, really important. So Capricorn energy is quite determined and focused, and it's about how you manage yourself and how you look after yourself as well, and how you can prioritize what you need at this particular point in time. Capricorn can at times be out in the world a lot, and also Cancer is really an important energy that balances it. So Cancer brings you back into yourself. So it allows you to look at, what do I need to nurture myself so I can keep being out in the world, keep being out in my career, keep doing the things that I want to do publicly. And at the same time, make sure that I'm nurtured and I'm cared for, look after myself, you know. And also make sure that sometimes, because the world can sometimes be a bit rough and tough, so there's a place where we can land and really look after ourselves and tap into our sensitivity as well. Capricorn's very helpful because it can actually help Cancer mature, because Capricorn tends to be less emotional as such, so it can help Cancer step back and maybe learn how to be a bit more independent and look after itself. And maybe step into more of yourself and actually help set boundaries so that it can help Cancer protect itself as such, because it is a master building energy. It can actually really come to the fore and it's quite independent. So it's important to help. Capricorn helps Cancer by helping it set boundaries. And Cancer helps Capricorn by allowing it to open up to, you know, what is important emotionally for itself as well, so it doesn't get too serious, caught up in all the things that it needs to do. And it also, you know, allows itself to not give too much, because Cancer will give away everything and is always wanting to give, whereas Capricorn sort of pulls it back in and says, okay, well, let's look at what we need at this particular point in time. And it's important with Capricorn to understand that I don't have to give everything away, that I can actually step back from this, and it's a real balancing act here. And it can understand where more of your energy goes at this particular point in time, what you need, both within yourself to make yourself feel secure, and also then to make yourself feel more confident out in the world as well. It's really, really powerful as well. So that's really important. There might be issues around understanding, you know, if you become hardened with the world, which sometimes Capricorn can, and have lots and lots of responsibility. Cancer can invite you back into your own space and help you try and find a bit more balance and ask you what's actually nurturing you at this particular point in time. It's great to be out there doing things and conquering the world, but you also need to find time and space for you. So it's really important to have both those energies as well, because Capricorn is very much about mastering. It's about being responsible. So sometimes it can be very, very serious energy, and it really, really needs to find that balance to know what it needs and how it needs to nurture itself, you know. So that's very, very key as well. So it's really important at this time to find a balance between those two aspects of ourselves. The part of ourselves that wants to look after ourselves, nurture, protect, care for ourselves, and look after ourselves emotionally, and the part of us that's out in the world, basically building, creating, achieving things, making the world a different sort of place, but also needs to come from that place of understanding what we need emotionally and what we need to do to keep ourselves and our energy going, so we can keep doing those things and achieve the things we want to do. So Capricorn and Cancer, this is really important in terms of understanding what we're all about, where we've come from, our family line, our parenting, our goals, and also understanding what we need emotionally and how we can emotionally mature ourselves so we can be out and about in the world achieving and creating the change and meeting the goals and projects that we want to do in our world. So that's it from me. So if you enjoy this, then click like and subscribe. Thank you.